Nerds. Without them, we would not have Google, and our technologically dependent society would cease to exist as we know it. Nerds. Without nerds, Nikola Tesla would not have invented the alternating current which powers every house in this continent and country, including this classroom in which I speak to you. Nerds. With all the negativity aimed at things deemed nerdy or unconventional, I have to ask myself, is that really such a bad thing? I mean, in a world where you can be anything you want to be, what's wrong with just being yourself? We all have a little bit of nerd inside us. And it's my hope today to help each and every one of you, if you have not already, to embrace your inner nerd and to open your mind and try things that you never thought you would like. And most importantly, just to simply be yourself, regardless of what society or anyone thinks of you. TNG, RPG, Ren Fair's Doctor Who, Tolkien, I had no idea what any of this stuff was. And I had no clue or desire. And that was until I married the love of my life. And I call him the king of the nerds. And over the course of the last 12 years, this man right here has helped me dig down deep inside my soul and embrace my inner nerd child. And I've always been considered to be an intelligent woman, but I feel that since I have opened my mind, I'm more intellectual, more well-rounded, and more open-minded overall as a citizen. Now, there might be some questions that you're stewing inside your mind, like, does she like Kirk? Does she like Picard? Or, what is a nerd anyways? Or, what are the benefits of engaging in activities that are deemed nerdy? Or, how can I beam aboard the Nerdship Enterprise today? We come to the right class. So let's begin with the basics. What is a nerd? The dictionary states, a nerd is an intellectual but single-minded person obsessed with a non-social hobby or pursuit, usually in the form of fantasy or fiction. But what's so wrong about that? I mean, what's wrong about engaging in mind-stimulating activities anyways? Which brings me to my second question. What are some of these benefits of nerdy activities, or as I like to call them, nerd-activities? Let's start with literature. Literature has been known to help the brain function better. It's also crucial in the development of empathy. There is research from Emory University where the students were to read 30 pages of a novel each day and come in for MRIs, even 5 days after reading the books. The scans results, there was an increase in the temporal cortex and the central celicus, even 5 days after reading the books. So let's move on to another nerdtivity that I love, sci-fi. I never liked sci-fi, didn't care about it. My husband broke me down. We'll mainly stick with Star Trek today because everybody's somewhat familiar with Star Trek. Star Trek teaches personal and job integrity, tolerance, that beauty is only skin deep, and adaptability. According to an article on Yahoo Voices, Stone enlightens us that Star Trek, due to the nature of its challenging storylines, teaches a child to adapt to circumstances that change. Even if the world around you is falling apart, there is always a way to survive and to thrive on Star Trek. Star Trek helps you to think outside the box and prioritize your needs. Next, we'll move on to one of my favorites, RPGs, role-playing games, and strategy games, but we're going to mainly stick with the dice, like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. According to an article, 10 Reasons Why RPGs Are a Positive Force, RPGs teach, foster creativity, teach problem-solving and critical thinking skills, teaches teamwork, encourages social activity, which is far from the definition of a nerd, teaches etiquette, math skills, increases vocab, and overall knowledge. And my absolute favorite that I have no idea about, LARPing, live action role play. This is like an RPG game, but you are the character, you dress up, and you play the quests, and SCA and adventures. These nerdtivities increase physical activity and social skills as well, encourages teamwork and problem solving, and they're educational and, well, really fun. According to Wikipedia, we learned that LARP events may be designed for educational or political purposes. There's a Danish secondary school that uses LARPing to teach most of its classes. Now, that would be a history class that I would never be bored in. I'm going to tell you. So we have defined what a nerd supposedly is and gone over some of the positive benefits of nerd activities. So now it's time to take the next step. It's time to explore the possibilities that you today can get involved in to help embrace your inner nerd child too, if you should desire. First step is always to just simply open one's mind. As Albert Einstein once said, the mind that opens to a new idea never returns to its original size. Secondly, it's important just to find what works for you. You could try watching a few episodes of Doctor Who and travel the world through different time and space dimensions and learn that bow ties are pretty cool. Or watch some Jeopardy, or get involved in an RPG group, or go to a Ren Fair. The possibilities are endless and fun and different. To sum it up, I would like to leave you with a quote from Frank Zappa. A mind is like a parachute. It doesn't work until it's open. Thank you for your time.